girl I fall for you, but them not ready yet. Let them know say I think I've already said. Them a chat, but they never ever matter yet. Expensive.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Real Life with Rons, and today I'm going to be speaking about my experience with men slash boys, because they're not really men, are they? Pardon me. Sorry, I do burp sometimes in my thing, and I just have to, I can't hold it. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about my experience with boys slash men, whatever you want to call them, and kind of get into a few story times that relate about the topic, so that I don't have to talk about people. Because one thing I'm not on this channel for is to be talking about people. That's not what my channel's for. I'm not here to cuss people. I have said that if they're my experience in the past or now, I will mention them. If I feel like I don't care about them, or I don't care about them in a positive way, I'll mention them under another name. So how we doing today? I've got my ring lights. I'm a bit gassed, but I don't know, like, I feel like when you have your makeup done and this ring light is, I need to ask my bestie about Wagwan, because I'm like, I feel a bit white, but I feel like this is how I do my makeup all the time, and normally I don't have a ring light and the camera's okay, but right now I'm feeling white, so I don't know, but I'll practice as I go, innit? You get me? No one's perfect. Anyway, sorry, I'm on a hype because I've had coke. Bare coke. I've been addicted to coke recently. But anyway, yeah, so I just feel like guys, where should I start? Yeah, so my first guy was a boy in my area. I'm gonna tell you my experience with men. So the first guy I fancied, should I say fancied? Because I've been cool with boys all my life growing up. Like, me and boys have been niggas. Like, when it comes to friendship with boys, I'm cool. I can be friends with boys and we're cool. I do have the odd foot boys that I put in a friend zone and they feel like they can get me slyly by being my friend. So they will try and befriend me, keep their self in the friend zone, but they secretly like me. And those ones are kind of annoying, but I know how to deal with them, so I keep them there. Then in terms of like fancying, I think when I was about 15, before I met my daughter's dad, there was a boy in my area, let's call him Yardi, because he was Jamaican. I fancied him and he fancied me so much, but he was a player and he was 1 year older than me. So I was in year 10, he was in year 11, I was in year 9, he was in year 10. So I think this was when I was in year 9. I just came back from Ghana, started a secondary school. He was going to my old secondary school. So I was going to a secondary school in like Catford and he was going to one in like Camberwell. So they're nowhere near each other. So he thought that he could mess around and I wouldn't know. But because I grew up in that school before I left, and because I know people from that area, because me and him both living towards that area, not Camberwell, but towards that area, we knew people, we knew the mutual friends. I even had girls in that school, in his class, that I used to roll with up to today. I still have my nigga Tash that I roll with up till today. So anyway, long story short, he was sleeping with girls. He got a girl pregnant that was my ex-friend that I used to chill with when I was in the school. And obviously it all came out. We never got intimate. I think one time we wanted to get intimate, but I was always scared because of the like Christian household that my mum was trying to grow us up in, and I'm the big sister, so I've always been a bit, I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'll get to having sex and all of that, but I've always been kind of innocent in a way. So it's like, even if I want to do something, I'm always like, do you get it? And it's like 15, I'm not sure about you, like, should it really be you? Especially with virginity, you got to be careful who you give it to. So we've had our intimate kisses and times where I've nearly made a mistake of my life, which I thank God, and it just was a pause. Long story short, so I found out he denied it. He still wanted me. I knew his mom. Like, we were proper. We lived near each other. We were proper happy. Like, everybody thought they're cute. Do you get it? Like, oh, that's cute. You got out of Renish. But he messed it all up. So I fucked him off. Sorry, I dumped him. And then that was a wrap. So from there, I proper said, nah, this time I need to hold my ground. I've seen what my mom's been through with my dad, my brother's dad, and, you know, her other couple partners that she's had growing up, because you don't just find the right guy like that. That's where I started learning, because I used to think from movies and all these things, if you date this guy, you grow up together, you get married, you have kids. And I always wanted that, and I always said that I wouldn't have kids the wrong way and I'll learn from my mom's mistakes, but life is not a fairy tale, baby girl. I learned that the hard way. So anyway, my second partner after him was now Zarai's dad. And as I've told you guys in the very my childhood sweetheart fairy tale story time, I thought that me and him was gonna get married and stuff. We actually could have, but it's just obviously he was going through a phase and I couldn't be bothered. Not couldn't be bothered, but you're young and time's not waiting for anybody, and I already had his baby. So I just thought, you know, this is the blessing God's given me from meeting you. Let's continue and be friends. So after him, our relationship was actually good growing up. It's as we got older, and now it's been about 9 years knowing each other, and you know, we're cool. You know, I thank God for his life. Just in general, being friends is not bad. Anyway, so yeah, so me and the second person, Zarai's dad, we had her and stuff, and we got intimate and stuff, but that was fine because I knew him for like a good 5 years at this time, so I wasn't thinking like, oh, I thought that was gonna be my husband. So that was my mistake there. Next, basically this person was already around me as I was breaking up from Zarai's dad, so we were kind of like friends. But obviously I think my mistake was like, it was a rebound, but I didn't know what a rebound was them times, because being with someone for so long, I've never dated no one else apart from him, so I didn't know about like rebounds. I knew about players, but you know, like the whole game of relationships and friendships and situationships and all these new things that are about, I didn't really know about it like that because I didn't do them things. I was with him, even if we bickered, I was always with her dad. So anyway, I met him through another friend, which is a friend I normally call, like what I was saying in the beginning, someone that is in the friend zone but always tries it, but you put them in place. So he kind of probably liked me, I don't know, but he introduced me to him, so I was cool through him. And obviously we decided to get close and talk, me and the guy that my friend introduced me to. So when I broke up with my daughter's dad, me and him got close, and it ended up turning into a fancy thing because we were always bucking each other. But he wasn't really in a friend zone because we were cool, but I never said he was my friend like that. Like, I have boys that are my niggas. I never said he was in the nigger zone, but we were cool. Do you get it? So anyway, he was all saying like, oh, if you, because I didn't, in the beginning, as I told you, when I told my friend about what I should do, when I was confused about what I wanted to do with my daughter, like having her or not, them times I didn't know what she was. I didn't even know she was a girl or boy. I didn't even know, I was still early. He was saying to me, oh, I fancy you, by the way, I can't believe you're pregnant. Like, me and you have been talking and you haven't been pregnant, and you was about to leave him and now you're pregnant for him. Do you get it? So he was saying that he wanted to date me, but he thought I would leave my daughter's dad, and then me and him can just continue and get to know each other. So it was all sticky, but I decided to keep my daughter, as I said, and she's obviously here. And he decided to wait and still talk to me. So what happened? Yeah, so he decided to wait and still talk to me. So we spoke, and for him waiting, it made me like him more. So we were just friends. Obviously, we had our little, like, you would want to, like, be intimate, but you think, let's wait, like, you have your little kiss there, because we were just friends turning into kind of fancying. There's these things that you see in films and that, and I'm sure people have it. It happens, that even the pregnant thing, like people liking you, like you liking someone when you're pregnant and you're having a baby for someone else. I thought that doesn't even work, but I've even seen it in Jane the Virgin. Like, it's crazy. It's just a thing where I knew him and I was already pregnant for my daughter's dad, and I didn't know. By the time I found out, I was already over, me and my daughter's dad was already kind of getting over. And then it was just all a mess. Anyway, we dated for 2 years, but it didn't work because I'm always feeling itchy, like the material. It didn't work because the guy that introduced me to him, which was in the friend zone of mine, he fancied me too, and expected that I was gonna naturally fancy him somehow. So he interrupted our relationship, and also his friend that I went to school with interrupted our relationship, and also he wanted to be Road. Let's just call him Donut. So yeah, he wanted to be Road, and I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this. Too, your follower, like anything his friend says, he agrees. Like, his friend was trying to come on to me, and he went jail. I was gonna wait for him. Like, a lot happened in the situation. and obviously he believed his friend over me, so I dumped him. And I started talking, the guy that introduced me to him that was in the friend zone, me and him kind of started talking, but he persuaded me to talk to him because he was acting like, you know, oh, you need someone to be there for you, he's a dickhead. So it was like a rebound. So I feel like they were both rebounds. He was a rebound. The Donut was a rebound from when I broke up with Zariah's dad. And then when I broke up with Donut, I feel like Piglet, that's the guy that was in the friend zone, he was a rebound from him. Because, you know, when people just force it, you just end up saying, oh, all right, I'll just be like, have them there. So but the thing is, I'll be honest, with Zariah's dad and with Donut, I did see marriage. I don't like dating people for no purpose. I thought I saw marriage with them because they would speak about it with me, and they would speak about having kids and speak about a future, and I met their parents. But with Piglet, I didn't see nothing. Like, I don't even think he's nice. I didn't even care about him. Like, he went jail. I felt bad. Me and my brother went to go and visit him one time. He was my nigga from the end. Do you get it? But he forced it so much, like, to even the point where he bought me things. Like, he would try and buy materialistic things he would try and buy me. Do you get it? So I thought, okay, like, I was upset about not being with Donut. And I thought after Zariah's dad... After Zariah's dad, I keep nearly mentioning his name, my daughter's dad's name, but I don't think he wants to be mentioned. After Zariah's dad, I thought that it would work with this person, and that's done. Do you get it? Like, I've spoken to one guy, it didn't work, and now I'm with a second guy, and that's the end. Like, you know, when you just think that you can have these perfect life stories or perfect fairy tales, but it didn't work. So after Donut, yeah, I was so done. And then the Piglet guy, I just spoke to him for a little bit, and it was a whole mess. And then he was even trying to come between me and one of my family friends, one of my female family friends, and just doing some messy shit. But anyway, through that situation, she got a blessing out of it, so that was fine. Like, she got a good situation out of meeting the Piglet boy through me, but I was done with him. Even now, he can't stop but feel like he needs to get some sort of contact to me, or always try and find a way to message me. But these are the same boys that my ex, Donut, my second ex, so after Zariah's dad, felt like, oh, they got one up on you, or they did this with you, or they say this. Do you get it? But it's always one story. There's always two sides to a story. Do you get it? And there's always one story and another. So it's up to him, to be honest. I don't really care. Even the other day, I saw my ex Donut on the street, and he just looks like he's in the same place. Sorry, like, I'm not even trying to be rude. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's in a good, lavish place with a fat crib, nice car, wife and kids. But from what I saw, he looks like he's in the same place that I left him in. So when his family, like, slash his mum, because that's her only child, and his girl or female cousins were trying to act like, oh, you done him dirty, because obviously I had a baby and he waited, and then obviously I didn't want to wait for him because I felt like he wasn't changing after he came out of jail, and or maybe because of them hearing about the friend that went to my school trying to try it on with me as well. So there's two friends. There's Piglet and one boy that went to my secondary school that I knew, that he knew, tried it on with me. So two of his friends, well, they're not two of his friends, because Piglet used to cuss him all the time. Piglet only knows him through the boy that went to my secondary school. So Piglet used to cuss him all the time, and he only knew him through the boy that went to my secondary school. The boy that went to my secondary school, let's just call him Disease. He just sleeps with everybody and wants to claim that he's fucked everybody, and it's just very irritating. And obviously, my ex didn't want to be a bigger person and say, do you know what, I'll believe you because of the character that he is. Because he's even come home and said to me bare times in our past that, oh, he slept with this is really disgusting. So yeah, so the family didn't help, so it was all a mess. So I was like, So yeah, I just feel like I've always tried to go for the right person, but something's always a bit not allowing me to allow them. So I cut them off, or eventually they have a problem, I have a problem, and we cut each other off. It's only been two people. So after my daughter's dad, I had a serious relationship for 2.5 years, and then that Piglet person, and then that was a rebound, and that wasn't even a serious thing, it was a rebound. And then now I'm with my forever lasting partner. Do you get it? But before finding him, this was only, and even finding him was God. And I wish that sorry, I'm hot. I wish that I actually waited, like prayed and waited and found him, like, and just not slept with anybody, or not, like, not saying I don't wish I didn't have my daughter, but I'm saying I wish I just kept my legs closed and like listened to my mum. Like, now I would say for any young girls, just hold it down and just try, like, just wait. Don't rush it, because if you can wait and you get your soulmate in at the right time when you're old enough, it's better than going through bare ducks, like bare ugly ducklings. It's just long, and they come with so much drama, and they're not even worth it. Like, when I look at the guys now, I think they're dead. Like, not my daughter's dad, sorry. I have respect for him because he's a good dad, but I'm saying Piglet and Donut, I just think, what the hell, you lot are a mess. Like, even the Piglet, the Donut guys, he's probably thought, yeah, it's done, like, she'll never talk to me again, because people know me, I'm mad. Like, if I cut you off, it's a burn bridge, because I've had to cut off family because of family issues. So to cut off a friend or a boyfriend or something, you're not even near to a husband yet, it's nothing to me. So, but Donut feels like, because he was my friend, because he was in the friend zone before, not Donut, Piglet. Yeah, Piglet feels like, because he was in the friend zone before, he can come back to friend zone, because we didn't really go that far in terms of dating, because I cut it. But no, you were in the friend zone, you didn't want to stay there, so now you're just out of my whole life. Do you get it? That's how you have to be with people, and it's sad, because you don't want to do that, but it's like, there's no point. Like, I can't see you in the midst of me, because if you cared about me, you wouldn't have even got involved with me and Donut situation. Okay, you introduced us, thank you, but you wouldn't have even tried to stir it. You wouldn't have, and you know that females can be emotional and stuff, so he knew what I was going through. He didn't need to say, oh, well, okay, in his head, like, okay, because I've introduced them, I'm jealous, I'm gonna come out, try to stir it up and try to get her for myself. He shouldn't have been thinking like that. And then Disease, my ex's other friend, shouldn't have been thinking, oh, she was paying in school, like, I never got a chance, I'm gonna try to take her from him as well. Even if I don't take her, I'm gonna try to beat it, that's have sex, and then try to make them break up anyway. Or even if I don't beat it, I'll just try to buck her, like, when he's not around or whatever, and then just try to make him think I beat it. And because I beat bare gal, bare people will believe me. This is what people do. And the thing is, I know people say, how can you act out these scenes and you don't even know if that's what they were thinking? I don't know if it's the God in me, or like it's the like maturity in me, but I just know what people think sometimes, and I know people's intentions are not good before they even show me, slyly sometimes. And like, I could just imagine, because I don't even think I'm all that, but growing up, a lot of, from what my ex told me about, he even told me that before he even knew of me, they used to sit around that group of people and like say, oh, I'm pretty, or they would want to, like, they would wish that they could get with me and stuff like that. So I feel like for him to actually get with me, he should have been smarter and not ever let them come between us. But I let them come between us, not Disease, because he's dead. He's just a liar. Everybody tells me that he makes up things about people, but I'm talking about, I let Piglet, I'll be honest, because I when I cut Donut off, I allowed Piglet to be my rebound, to be my backbone, but that's because we were already friends like that. So I would naturally speak to him and be like, oh, yo, this happened, you know, and then he would be like, oh, is it? Da, 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 da. So he was naturally always kind of there. But now I thank God that Donut and Piglet cut off. Like, I even changed my number for the last time, so hopefully Piglet don't get my number again. Even though my cousin, like family friend cousin, she's still friends with him because of her baby dad, so that's a way of him getting contact, but she wouldn't be silly to give anything of my contact to him. And I'm still on contact with mutual friends on Instagram and stuff, but they wouldn't really give my contact to him because they know that there's just no point, like the level that I'm on and the path that I'm on. And if you have me on Snap personally, like if you're my personal friend, personal people, you'll see that I'm not on that. Do you get it? If you talk to my pagans, I know people say, oh, if you talk to my pagans, if I talk to a pagans, why do you have to cut me off? That's just the way life is. If you feel like someone's done something to me and it's wrong, I feel like someone's done something to me and it's wrong, and you're still agreeing with what they've done to me and you're still rolling hard with them, I don't feel like you're meant to be in my life. That's just me. Like, you can be cool with them, but don't roll hard with them. So if you're cool with them, that's fine. If you're civil with them because you just don't want to burn them because they haven't done nothing to you, that's fine. But if you're going to roll hard with them and even let them feel like they can chat me to you, then me and you can't be cool either. So I feel like in terms of like friendship and stuff, me and boys are cool. But in terms of like dating and stuff, I don't F around. Like, after those two situations with the donut and the donut guy and the piglet guy, I was done. And then the disease guy tried to come with his little disease self and start making a rumor about me. But the rumor didn't really go far, because the kind of girl I am, you can't chat shit about me. I'm not even trying to act like mad innocent, but I'm saying, like, I'm not out there like that. Like, there's not a lot people can say, and if they say something about me, they're just hating. Like, that's the thing. I know some girls might not be this confident, because some girls actually have a bad past, and it doesn't matter because everybody has a past. But I'm saying my past is not mad crazy. Do you get it? So you can never make up a lie about me. Do you get it? If I had a mad past, so I'll be like, okay, cool. If he says that, it's gonna add on. Do you get it? Whereas his past is mad. That's why he's probably trying to get other people's past to be like his. So yeah, I feel like in terms of friendship, with my experience with friendship with men is good. I know how to have a good friendship with them. Like, hold tight, my best friend Junior, he's in jail right now, and he and we've been close for like a good maybe like 9-10 years, and we've never had a problem. We've never liked each other. We've always just kept it respectful and civil and good. Like, we treat each other like brother and sister. Do you get it? And yeah, I love him to bits, to be honest. He's like 2 years older than me. I proper love him to bits, and we all grew up in the same area, and he shows me and my brothers so much love. So in terms of friendship, yeah, me and boys get on a lot. I even get on with boys more than girls. But in terms of like dating and that, nah. I've got the person now that I've been praying for, but before the person came, I wish I just waited and stayed a virgin. But it's not like that, because you go through so much things in life, temptation, so many things happen where you just want to try out life and think that you will find the person for you, when you shouldn't be looking or finding anybody. God should bring the person to you, and God will do it. But women don't want to wait. Girls don't want to wait. Not that we don't want to wait. I'm just seeing it as, for me, I didn't want to wait. I thought I knew it. Like, okay, God, you haven't bought the person yet, but I think this is the person that you're trying to bring to me, or something like that. You think things in your head, you know what I mean? But when I just left it to God and looked after my daughter and myself and got my career, little did I know God was bringing the person. And I met the person, and it was weird, because when the person came, I didn't even want the person. Not like that, but I was just like, guys are trash, you get? But he preserved him. Like, he waited and kept pushing to show me that he's my husband, and now, you know, he's here, and I'm so happy. I'm not going to talk about him too much or put him on my social media for now, but we're doing a lot privately, and we're really like, do you get it? My husband's here. So I just feel like a word of encouragement, like, just wait and just pray and cry out to God. Tongues, whatever you do, if you pray in your language, whatever you do, just wait. But it's not easy at all, because it's a lot of, like, you think it's hard, and because you see people on social media which you shouldn't even care about, but when you see people in their relationships, you get, that's why me now, I've kind of stopped. When I was dating my daughter's dad and Donut, I used to, like, actually not really though, I don't really overpost anyone, but like, I think them days I was more like, oh, like, you're so in love, so you want to show everything. Now I kind of just show when me and him go, my partner, I'll go and eat and stuff, I'll just show the plate. Or if I want to appreciate him for something, I might show him, but that's because on Snapchat it's only people that I know. If I got to a subscription kind of thing on Snap, I probably wouldn't put his face at all, because subscription, people can screenshot you and start putting it on blogs and stuff. So that's a whole nother thing. That's when you get more into probably YouTube or whatever. You have to be careful. But in terms of back in the day, yeah, you get a bit excited, like people are putting up their relationship on Facebook and all these things. And even now, people still show off sometimes on Instagram and stuff, and Americans as well. And you see all these rappers and that, they're getting fat rings for their wife. You start thinking, oh, I need to rush. And it's true, as a girl, you do want to be engaged. Well, for me, I've always wanted to be engaged around 25, 26, and then be married by 30, 31. That's what I've always wanted. And luckily for me, I'm not going to speak my business right now, but it's going that way I've planned. It's going the way I've planned. But I didn't I didn't want to not have it that way, basically. But for some other people, it might not be going that way, so they're rushing. They're just going for any guy that's saying, I love you, I want to have your child. And that's nothing. Be careful, because guys that say, I want to marry you, I want to have your child, and all of this, they're like, some of them are just lying. Because my daughter's dad, I was meant to marry him, I didn't. Donut, he was acting like me and him was going to get married, we didn't. And both of them bought me like promise rings. So all I can say is that a ring doesn't mean nothing. I could be married right now, legally on paper, and you guys don't know. And I could be having a baby and you won't even know. You'll just be thinking, oh, this Renisha's a baby mum again. Like, I'm just saying, for example, if I popped out a kid right now, you lot will be thinking I'm a baby mum and you won't even know. Do you get it? So it's like, for me, all that ring and all that getting excited and announcing your proposal on Instagram, it's not bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't have that memory, but for me, I wouldn't mind just to save it on my phone. Or because I do YouTube now, I might talk about it later on. Do you get it? When I feel ready. But I don't feel like nowadays you need to be saying everything what's happening. Let it just happen. And if people are near you, like close to you, and you feel like telling them at a moment, you might text it to them like, oh yeah, I did get married legally. Or yeah, or even like, oh, even people say, oh, but you got married and you're not wearing your ring. Maybe we don't want to buy rings into our white wedding. Some people don't want to buy rings until they do their traditional wedding or their white wedding. So it's like, I'm just giving you examples. You don't know what's going on with people. You don't. So it's like, you can't ever act like, oh, I need to be like this person, because you don't know what's happening. You don't know. Or you shouldn't say, oh, this person's not doing things right, this person's relationships, or this person's having a baby, or this, because you don't know what they're doing privately. But yeah, in terms of guys, my advice is just be careful. Like, pray about it. I know it's hard to wait, trust me, I know, but there's no point making your body count go higher and higher, and there's no point making your head hurt and hurt, and making your heart hurt and hurt, and just going for the same type of guy. I'm telling you, if I knew that in 2000 and blah blah blah, I'm gonna be here with the right person, with my daughter happy with him, I'm happy with him, my family's happy with him, and his family's happy with me, he's happy with my daughter, his family's happy with my daughter, you know, doing so much in private and everything's gonna flow, I would have been like, oh Lord, so this is what's to come in 2000 and blah blah blah, I'm gonna be living like this. I would have just waited, but I didn't know. So I just thought that I'll be trying to help myself to start the situation quicker, but I didn't need to. I didn't need to force it to start trying to sort out a relationship for myself, or be talking about marriage with people or anything. I shouldn't have been doing that. I should have just waited for God. But because God loves me, and I put my daughter and myself first, and cried out for a good amount of time, God just brought it to me. And obviously eventually I let back the toughness and let the guy in a bit, and then we grew, and now we are where we should be. And obviously my pastor helped in that as well at that time, because he used to tell me, you know, like, just be on your knees, like, you'll get what you deserve, do you know what I mean? And then when I brought him to my church and everything, it was all like, bam, everything came together. So that's what I think. In terms of like friendship, I think my friendship with boys are great. But in terms of like relationship, I would have just waited. But I'm happy that I've got it all now. Do you get it? But I'm saying I wouldn't want girls to go through the whole, what I just told you, to finally get it. And I'm happy I didn't even have to go through bare boys. Because imagine if I'm telling you a story. Like right now, what I just told you, that's about 4 people or 5 people. But imagine telling you a story and I'm mentioning 20 boys. and I'm saying 111, they'll be like, oh, right, she's been through a lot. Do you get it? So I've still been through a lot in situations, if talking about situations, but I haven't been through like bare boys to talk about. Do you get it? It will be more, it's even headache just even having those amount of people, and there's nothing went right. Do you get it? But at least with those people, I didn't sleep with all of them, so that's good, because yeah, it would have been a mess, like your head's everywhere. But yeah, I just want to say, be careful, girls, and know your worth, and put God or your religion, whatever you believe in, put that first, and the right person will come. And if you do feel like the person has come from God, pray about it, continue to open your heart and see what happens, and you will just know when it's different. Even for me, like the first thing I clocked was like the humbleness and the heart that the person he had. Like the first day he took me to eat, he went to the shop to do his petrol and said, do you want something? And I said, just one fruit gums please. He came back with 3 packets of fruit gums, different types of brand and different types of flavors. And I was like, I know people say that's corny, like you're getting excited because a boy bought you sweets or a nigga bought you sweets, allow it, you're wet. No, it was just the fact that he used his initiative to think out of the box, that I might want more than one, but I'm shy. I might want 3 because he don't know which one I want. Like, he thought about what he was doing before he brought something back to me. But some boys will just think, I'll just buy her one cheap little sweet and take it, or I'll just lie to her and say I didn't have enough money, or some, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just clock people's heart from the beginning. And I know it's just sweets, but I'm just so like, I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect, but I've grown up quickly, and my maturity, I'm too mature, so like I clock a lot of things. I'm crazy in the head sometimes, like with my mental state, like I know too much. Like you can't play me like that, and I've been through a lot. So from there, obviously I didn't show him and say, oh, you bought me sweets, you're my husband now. No, but I'm saying from there he kept pursuing the same attitude he showed me from that day he took me out. And that day before he dropped me home, he took me to get to the he went to the shop to do his petrol and got me a sweet and took me with him, but I stayed in the car. He showed me from even that day where he was at mentally. So then that's how I knew it was different. Not saying that other guys, I've been restaurant and that with other guys, they've bought me sweets and snacks before as well, but I'm saying it's just the way, do you get, you clock when someone's your husband, do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, I'm so tired. I think this lighting makes you hot because it's right near me. I need to like learn how to use it. And sorry for the stutter and everything. I'm trying to remember everything I want to say so I get everything out. But yeah, thank you for watching my channel. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back. I'm gonna make some other videos soon. Love ya.